Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy, and this is the first hit video of the new lineup of Callaway Rogue irons. There are 4 new sets of irons coming out from Callaway, but each new iron fits a different type of golfer. So they've got Rogue Standard, Rogue Pro, Rogue X, and Rogue W. I've got sample sets for the standard Rogue and the Rogue Pro, which I'm going to hit in this video, and I'm looking forward to getting the X and W to try out possibly as well. Let's talk about the technology that Callaway are claiming with these new irons, and these really are to accompany the new drivers and wood range that have just come out. If you want to see the reviews of the first look of those, the link up here in the corner is telling you a little bit more about the woods. So the irons, these are really what I would possibly see as more like an XR replacement. They are powerful, they've got face cup technology, 360 face cup technology. They are a good looking iron. The standard has a relatively large amount of offset, and the loft for the standard is 30 degrees for the 7-iron. I will put all the degrees across the bottom for the standard. Now what Callaway claim is because they've made the face so fast and so powerful, that what they were experiencing with that is a very clicky noise. And I would agree with that. Sometimes a powerful iron is clicky. So what they've done behind the face is putting a softer material, almost like a Ultra material, which responds when a player hits it to change the acoustic and change the sound of the iron. Looking forward to seeing if that is the case. So that's the standard Rogue, which I will hit. I've got the 4.7 and wedge. I'll do some more fuller reviews with the standard Rogue iron as well. We're moving into the Pro now, and the Pro is for the loft. We're looking at 31 degrees for the 7-iron. I'll put a loft there below. A little bit weaker than the standard irons, and a smaller head, nowhere near as much offset. And actually, visually, I would say a very good looking iron. We've got a couple of bars behind the face, which again linked back in with Rogue Standard. And again, the same Ultra material is behind this face because, again, they're saying they're fast. Therefore, they've got to dampen the sound, which we'll test. Are they actually faster? Or is that just something they're trying to tell us? And then we move into a very, very interesting iron. This is the Rogue X. And we now have an official strongest iron loft on the planet. Get ready for this. 7-iron loft. 27 degrees. I said it, 27. The Rogue X, what Callaway is saying, they are unapologetically long. They're just saying, we just made a long iron. It doesn't, it's not going to suit everyone, but if you want to hit the ball further, we're going to make it for you. That's what Callaway are claiming with the Rogue X. I have not got full samples of this yet. I will get them very soon to review fully. And I'm excited to see how far I hit a 27 degree 7-iron, and whether that 27 degree 7-iron still goes that high, it still stops. I would question it doesn't, but let's see if that's the case. That's the X. And then the final club for this lineup, and this is an interesting one because this is Rogue W. Now Rogue W, they're not claiming is just for what we would imagine would be for women. This Rogue W is a unisex club which is suited for slower swing speeds. Male or female, it doesn't really matter. The loft has gone the complete opposite way with Rogue W, and we're using 31.5 degrees of loft with a 7-iron in the Rogue W. Again, I've not got a full sample of those, but this would be good to hit. Someone with a slower swing speed, I would imagine, would benefit from this. And again, I like this idea that they're not particularly stereotyping male and females into one club. So this is a unisex club for all different types of golfers. Looking at price-wise with these irons, in steel, you're looking at around kind of $950 around that mark, or £900. And for the W, which I think only comes in graphite, you're looking at over $1,000/dollars. But they are not in the price racket of Epic irons. So Epic irons were like $2,000 £. These are really half the price of those. So it'd be interesting to test them. I'm going to test the standard and the Pro, give it a first hit, both 7-irons, and we'll see how they fare, whether actually they are good clubs and whether they're powerful. And I'll do a fuller review coming very soon. Okay, so first hit, Callaway Rogue iron. I'm going to start off with the standard one and then hit the Pro. Like I mentioned before, I've not got the X and the W in a spec for me just yet, so stay tuned, I will come back with that. So let's hit the Rogue 7-iron. So this is 30 degrees of loft for the 7, so I'm expecting it to go pretty decent length. It has got quite a bit of offset. The top line is pretty chunky, but actually looks quite generous to hit. It very much resembles the shape of an XR iron, but I would probably just say that I don't know what it is, the graphics of the groove seem to stand out a little bit more, whether that's because it's new or whether because it's kind of has been redesigned. They seem to pop out of the face just a touch more. Definite a lot of offset, so I don't know what the result direction-wise is going to look like, but let's give it a hit. Like I say, what they're saying is one of their big pieces of technology is, I didn't expect to go right, is sound. Like they've managed to change the sound with this Euthering kind of material behind the head. It's supposed to respond on centered hits, on the hits of contact, and that did sound good. I've pushed it, but I had no complaints about the sound at all, and distance seemed very healthy for a club as I would expect from this caliber. That's down the line a bit. Might just go a fraction long. Yeah, so I put the flag there at 180, a little bit underestimating the power. It's carried there at 190. Odd flight was so much stronger. And like I said, the first shot I hit with this, the first hit was the legit first hit. So it takes me maybe a couple of shots to get used to the weighting. Let's go one more with the standard Rogue iron. I like the sound. I still wouldn't say it's a perfect sound. I would still say it has a little bit of element of click. But you're going to get that when you make the clubs of different materials anyway. So let's jump into the Rogue Pro. Feelings off the Rogue, good. I like the sound. I would expect to be more clicky, but it wasn't. So maybe that technology is doing its job. Now Rogue Pro, this looks smart. This looks really nice. And this really is to replace something like an XR Pro. Way less offset. Unbelievably better looking iron, in my opinion, when I'm looking down at it. This is now 31 degrees of loft. I'm going to keep the flag where it is and give this a hit with the 7 iron. That looks on the money. Get there. Yeah, nice. Pin high, just right for birdie. It definitely sounds better. Feel off the face, even on that first one, for me has a more responsive feeling off the face. It just looks, in my opinion, the way I look at a golf club, just so much nicer. Let's hit another one with the Rogue Pro. Clipped away. That's going to go a little bit too far, I think. Yeah, right down the line of it, but just came out a little bit hot. Sometimes I find Callaway irons to be a bit guilty of that. The front to back dispersion can be a little bit inconsistent just because of the lofts. I have no complaints with the feel of this golf club, the look of this golf club. I'm just worrying we might see it in future testing whether we do get those hot and cold shots. That's obviously going to come down to a little bit of strike. I don't want the clubs to change the direction, the length of the shot too much. Oh, that is on the money. That is crushed. Get down a bit, get down a bit. See what I'm saying now? I've gone kind of, I don't know the exact numbers, but 180-ish carry to 185 carry to nearly 190 carry that last one. Maybe that's me just getting a bit more used to the iron, possibly, but I don't want the iron to go too hot when we've put the word pro stamped on this iron. You want it to be consistent numbers. And I felt like I hit those somewhat similar to the strike location as well. Stay tuned to more testing, whether we see that pattern continue as we go into a 2-week testing process with the standard and the pro. Like I mentioned, I've got the X coming up. The X is the strongest loft you've ever seen in your life. I have no idea how far a 7 iron is going to go. We'll find out as we go along. And like I say, I'm not going to probably test a W. That's a club maybe I can get a tester to come in and test it. I think it would be too soft even for Rob Potter. I don't even think it's in his category. I think it's for a slower swing speed than Rob. Stay tuned, lots more to come. I've got the Rogue driver video up on my channel, the first look, first hit. You can go and check that out. And again, come back in about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks to see a full in-depth review of the Rogue irons. I want to hear your questions as well. Fire your questions in the comments below and I'll get through them in the full review as much as I can. Stay tuned guys, lots more to come. Thanks for watching. Stay connected to the channel by subscribing. And that was the Callaway Rogue Standard and Rogue Pro first hit. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.